Right, so welcome back to Adventure 82. As you've seen, I've just got off a train. We're actually in Peterborough. This isn't where we're staying. It's kind of an intermediate stop. We've still got one more train. We're on our way to Stowmarket to pick up something to help with an idea me and Erica had for the channel. What that is, we'll get to once I've got it, but we need to get to Stowmarket first. That said, check out the Great Northern Hotel. Peterborough Station obviously originally opened by the Great Northern Railway, and just around the corner here there's an abandoned platform I've just found. So we may have to come back and do a history of Peterborough Station maybe. But for now, to the trains. Right, so we're inside the station. It would be amiss to say that I feel like I'm about 5 again right now, because for the first time in my entire life I'm actually next to Thameslink train. And I get to go on a train company I've never been before, Greater Anglia. I have no idea what they're like, but I'm sure that's going to be cool. But Peterborough Station seems to be a really good place to spot multiple different train companies. It's so tempting to get on that Thameslink though. I'm not sure I'd make it back home in time though. Yeah, I'm going to have to wait for Greater Anglia, aren't I? Right, so I'm currently in a service station. I picked up what we went to get. It's this. It's a 1995 Isuzu Trooper with a winch on the front. This is going to be essentially the Adventure 82 mobile. It's got a few issues. I need to replace some of the window sills because they've got rust on them here. And there's a bit of rust to fix on one of the wheel arches there. But otherwise, apart from the speedo, there's nothing wrong with it, so we're going to fix that. There is one major glaring thing that I'm not happy with. If you're familiar with me and my autism and OCD, you'll know what about. You'll probably guess what that is. But what if you don't know? It's been on a farm. You can see it's been on a farm. It really needs a good clean. So that's going to be what we're doing next. But for now, that's kind of what we're going to be doing tomorrow. So we will pick this up tomorrow because I'm knackered. We've been on the train for about 5 hours. I've been driving at this point up from Suffolk for about 4.5 hours. I've got another hour and a half left to get back home. So I'm going to get back home, die, wake up tomorrow morning feeling like a human being again, and then we'll have a closer look at this and we'll start cleaning it up. Right, so it's now the following day. I'm not a busy service station on the A1, which means, well, I have a state sun sound, which means I can now show you around this truck properly. So let's have a look properly around this truck. Right, so it came with a winch, which I think is quite cool. Not quite sure how you operate that, so we'll have a look in a minute. It's got windscreen wipers for the headlights. Would that make them headlight wipers? I guess it would. But the wipers aren't there. That's not a bad hard fix. This has all been custom made, so this was all welded on. The aerial's interesting. It's just a piece of plastic with no metal left on it, because it's meant to retract and detract by a switch inside. We'll have a look at the inside in a minute. The wheels, on the other hand, are really good treads on all of them. These sills, which sit underneath the windows, we definitely need to get some new ones of those, because they're rotten. So we'll get that sorted. They shouldn't be, hopefully, too hard to find. It's from 95, but we'll see. This obviously is just going to have to be repaired. There's no ifs, buts or maybes about that. So that's going to have to be properly cleaned off and then repaired. Now the back's quite interesting. If we open up the back, so this is the back. I've been down into Leyburn already this morning, so I needed to get some of these bolts here, because I got given the seats, couldn't find the bolts, and then found out the bolts were in the dashboard, in the glove box. But you can see here, if I take the seat out, you'll see better. Hang on. There we go. This carpet is in desperate need of some cleaning. So I've been down to Leyburn, like I said, and whilst I was getting those screws that I didn't need, I bought some carpet shampoo. I'll show you all that stuff in a minute, to try and get some of this off, get it a bit tidier. We've got some bolts here so we can put the tow hitch back on. This all needs cleaning off. It's a bit scuffed, but you know, it's a truck, so, but it does still need an awful lot of cleaning all the way around. And then we've got right, so that's that bit. We've then got, now see this bumper here, it was originally silver all the way along, and the front bumper was taken off for the custom made bumper with the winch on it, which I showed you before. The back, see this side the sills aren't so bad, but I think if I can find them I'd just rather replace all four so they all match. This is all the cleaning stuff we've got, which we'll go through in a minute. I've got some little mats here, but there's nothing, no carpet or anything in the front, so I need to sort that out. But you can see in the back here, the inside, like the roof lining and everything's all really good nick, because a lot of the time with these older cars the roof line starts to peel off, but not in here, so that's a good thing. Seat belts are all good nick too, so that's nice to know. We'll come back to cleaning stuff in a minute, but you can see the seats and everything are all okay. Again, the door though is really quite grubby, needs some cleaning up. And then if we come into the front, this is where it all gets interesting. So you can see there's no carpet in the front. There would have been, I'm guessing, at some point, but there's not now. But that floor's minging, so that needs clearing up. Erica's side, and obviously the door does too. Erica's side, let me get in. There we go. Erica's side has got like carpet and then a mat and then another mat, and I have no idea why. We'll sort that out after as well. So, and then we've got the doors here that need cleaning up. Dashboard's all dusty, that needs cleaning up. This thing here you can see here is actually a solar panel which charges the battery, so you don't end up with a dead battery, because this has actually got two batteries under the bonnet. I'll show you that in a minute. You can see all the knobs and switches and stuff are all in place. And then down here too, we've got one here for some reason that's kind of worn. It's not quite sure what that one does. Yeah, I don't have the owner's manual either, so I can't really look it up. If anybody knows, you can find an owner's manual for 95 Isuzu Trooper citation, let me know. This is all completely gross. Look at this. I don't need all this in my life. It's minging, Absolutely disgusting. So this is all going to go. All this dust has to go, and it all has to be cleaned. Obviously the windows and everything as well. Just notice here, what's this? Oh, it says card holder. I've got a little card holder there, look at that. And the lights. For some reason I've got a mirror on the driver's side. That's not something I've had before. See, look. Hi. So does that mean if I go like that, we can do that kind of camera trick where I'm filming me, but you don't know I'm filming me? Am I that clever? No, I'm not that clever. Oh well. But yeah, see. Hi. So that's the inside of that bit. Then we've got to have a look at the engine, right, which I'll show you in a minute. This radio is interesting because of the aerial. So reception varies between somewhere between very good and then non-existent at all. But right, let me show you the underneath the engine, underneath the bonnet, and then I'll tell you what the plan is for the rest of this video. Right, so I'm back. We are going to have a look at the bonnet. So this is going to be interesting as well. I haven't actually opened this yet, so I'm not completely sure. There we go, found the catch. So, hello. Right, so this is the underneath. And actually, I was surprised at how good a nick this was in, I'll be honest. So let's have a look. So you can see there, it's in really, really good nick. Even down to like the water pumps and everything, all this is all still connected. It's all really quite good. The guy was really sweet actually. He went up and he re-topped up all the fluids to keep everything nice. I suppose really, I mean, look down there, spotless. I've been told there's not much rust underneath. I haven't been under there yet. I had a quick look yesterday. I couldn't see anything, if I'm honest, so I'm going to imagine there isn't much in the way of rust down there. But I'm very impressed. So the plan now, I bet you can guess what the plan now is. The plan now is I've had to order some parts. We can't do much in the way of the wipers, the sills, rust, anything like that. We can't do anything like that right now for the simple reason that until you have the parts, you can't fix it. What we can do is we can clean it. So that's what the rest of this video is going to be about. We're going to be cleaning it. But before we clean it, I haven't had breakfast yet, so I'm going to go do that first. As Erica turns up with breakfast. So I'm going to go eat that, and then we'll come back and we'll start fixing up all this. But I have to say, the condition of this thing compared to the other two I had in Jersey, it's stunning. Right, so what we're going to do now is get these seats out and get this carpet clean. But considering you don't want to see me spend the next 20 minutes, half an hour, God knows how long this carpet will take to clean this, I guess the best thing to do is to cue the time lapse. Right, so you can see there now that that is much better. These all need to be wiped out, which is what we're going to do next. This has all been shampooed and hoovered off, which you've just seen me do. I think most of those marks are on there, but I'll tell you what, it smells a damn sight better than it did before. So what we're going to do now, we're going to wipe off all these sills, backs of these seats, and get the rear seats back on. Right, so the back's now clean. So that's all sorted. Erica's been through and she has hoovered out the seats and the inside. So that's all nice and clean too. I've been and done, with the help of Lydia, who wants to remain off camera, which is why she disappeared, the dashboard. If anybody doubts my OCD, this is the proof of my OCD. I've taken out all the vents to soak them in hot soapy water to get the dust out from the grooves. That's why there's holes in the dashboard. They'll be back in a moment. Eric is just about to hoover the front. She hasn't got to that bit yet. The interesting bit though is these, what they class as floor mats. So we've been looking at these, and the small ones aren't brilliant, I just don't like the patterning. But the beige ones, these two, they're actually carpet samples. What the hell? Oh, I don't know. Anyway, next thing I've got to do is that. Look at that footwell. It's absolutely horrendous. But that's what I've got to clean next, and I'm going to get some proper mats. And then I'll have a carpet kind of down there. It looks like at some point somebody's literally cut away the carpet and maybe unplugged something too, because there's a plug there with nothing in it. If you know about Troopers, maybe you can tell me. But otherwise, it's coming along very well. Dashboard's nice and clean. So yeah, just need to do the footwell for today. Finish hoovering it out. Give the inside of the windows a clean. And that's it until the new parts come down. Yeah, coming along really well. Old system. Right, okay. And pull that on that, do you? Okay, okay. Right, seats are all on. Back's all clean. The dashboard, if I pinch the camera from Erica, the dashboard is now stunning. From what it was anyway. You have to remember the car is 30 years old. Look at that. Brilliant. So, a lot of these look like mud marks. I've wiped off multiple times, they don't seem to come off. So if someone knows something I don't, do let me know. The driver's footwell, as you can see, is much cleaner. All the seats are nice and clean. It's all been hoovered out. These are nice and clean now they've been soaked in the water. And I'm all happy with this for now. So next thing is to get the parts down, replace these rusty sills on the windows, and I need to speak to somebody about the rust on the sill, the wheel arch down here. If you see that, I need to sort that out. There's that, and there's a hole in the rear wheel arch on the other side I need to sort out. But aside from that, we're all good, and a wash on the outside. So I'm going to give this a car wash. You don't need to see me wash a car. And then we can look at what we're going to do to turn this into what we want to do with it, which is to be able to stealth camp in the back. That's why we've got such a big truck. So that's it for this one. Very different from anything the channel's done before, so I hope you like it. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next one, which may be putting parts on this. It might be something else. It depends when the parts turn up. Until then, take care of yourselves. I'll see you next week. and enjoy the rest of your week, whatever it is you get up to. Take care. Right, I can use mine.